For people who don't know, there is a huge drawback for Takuto using the Nameless Evil God abilities. The Nameless Evil God abilities is his commander role. Basically, it allows him to transform into anyone who he understands the abilities of. This means if Goku enters his world, he can transform into Goku and be just as strong, if not stronger, than Goku. The only drawback is he doesn't have the muscle memory of Goku. And a lot of people will consider this a great talent within the Eternal Nations. But there is a huge drawback, and we see that at the end of Volume 5, that the drawback is such a heavy toll to take. After the fight with the TRPG world, where he ended up abusing the powers and pretty much turned into the Flame Demon Flaming, and all of these other characters that he met along the way, he was then able to pretty much go home and get some sleep. Upon going to sleep, he ended up waking up with a massive headache. That headache turned into amnesia, and that amnesia turned into a coma, pretty much knocking him out for a long period of time. There have been several months that have gone by from that time that he ended up taking his first sleep into now, which he is still currently within a coma. He occasionally wakes up, but he's so delirious that he falls right back asleep immediately after. During those times that he is awake, he is so delirious, he doesn't know who he is, how he got there, what his name is, what Atiyu's name is, who is Elder Moltar, who is Captain Gaia. All these characters that he's been around since he entered into this new world, he doesn't know anything about them. This leaves Elder Moldar and Atiyu in a huge predicament. They need to find out who to become the leader of the new nation because of their king being out of commission, because this could lead to utter chaos and anarchy. Because there is not an established leadership, the people can fight and vie for that power. Elder Moltar says to Atiyu, you should take the position. You should be our leader. You should be the one. But Atiyu doesn't have experience in being a leader, and she doesn't really have the capabilities of being a good leader. While she is able to do all the, work that goes on around the village, she is not able to be a leader and pretty much establish that work herself because she doesn't know the strategies. Takuto was the one who ended up making all the ideas and all the ideas to advance their kingdom in both science, magical, and cultural. So without Takuto there, she doesn't know which steps to take forward. Does she raise the kingdom's magic? Does she raise the kingdom's military? And since that war pretty much put them on Quaylen's bad side, they need to figure out the next steps before they end up getting attacked. This is when Atiyu finally gets an idea. At one point, her and Takuto had a conversation which, if he was ever in a bad predicament, kidnapped, or pretty much at the mercy of the enemy, she is allowed to summon the gleeful spine Dr. Vitero. While Vitero is known for causing chaos, destruction, and pretty much leading bad things that happen in neighboring countries, he is also a pretty fit leader because you can become him as one of the commanders, such as Isla. Him and Isla would have been a great commander to become because they are two characters that you can choose as a commander. Now, this means that him and Isla are the only people that could become commanders of the other heroes, especially since the hero of the Nameless God is currently taken by Takuto. And this leaves Atiyu in a very hard predicament because if she summons the gleeful spine Dr. Vitero, she does not get along with him and she feels that he may cause war. But he's the only person suitable enough to replace Takuto in his moment of weakness so that Mynoghra can continue to advance in their current state. With Takuto knocked out and in a coma, there is no one else more qualified to fit this role. And because Atiyu was at the mercy of her enemies, she feels that it is her responsibility to take on everything in this moment because she was the one who put Takuto in this situation. Because without her in play, without her doing all the things that she did, Takuto would have never been put in this position where she had to make this choice. He would have never been knocked unconscious. He would have never went into a coma. He would have never developed amnesia. He would have never developed these headaches. And a small price for her to pay is to get along with the gleeful spine Dr. Vitero. She is willing to take that price.